Hello everyone and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today I wanted to talk about something that I've gotten a lot of questions on. It is the new Sovereign Offhand, and I have a little thing that I'm going to show you guys right now. So it's coming out in August. Basically you have a month to prepare for it, so all of you at the end game, it's time to start saving or getting another thing. But what I wanted to talk about was what is the most effective way of getting it, and what should you do, what are the prices of everything. And so let's go over this all today. So with that said, let me get the market up to look at all this. Okay, so the thing that I got was from the Reddit post that I looked at yesterday, basically the recap. But the Sovereign Offhand, is this for anyone else besides endgame players? Probably not, because I think it's one of those expensive things that you should already have your main and awakening sovereign weapons first before even thinking about going with this one. But there's 3 different ways to get it: the Gem of Primordial plus the Gem of Twilight, or C20 Pen Nuver and Pen Kudum. And you know those flames of Primordial, the things you've been getting from the bosses, that is not the gem. Apparently there's going to be a new thing that's going to be introduced. So unfortunately, for all of your leftover things, you might as well go make your other offhand if you don't have it, or not offhand, but like your other weapon if you don't have double sovereigns, or if you do, go make your shy weapon just to use it, I guess. But anyway, we're gonna look at the prices of everything and what should you do. I think the best thing to do is probably double pen black stars plus the Gem of Twilight. In case you don't know, to get the Gem of Twilight you need 20,000 Capra stones. So that's, affecting the market. Basically on NA, the Capra stone price is maxed out essentially. So you can get them, they're just at max price on NA. So I don't know what it is on other servers, but if you're thinking about getting it, you might want to start doing it either now, or you're waiting like a month or so after it comes out when the prices go down. So with that said, let's look at it. So black stars, they are, I guess it doesn't really matter which one but yeah, pen black star price is going up. That's kind of crazy, to be honest. And recently I did that journey to pen black star again, and wish it was on that one, but it doesn't matter. Like by August 6th, I should be ready to go to get it on day 1. Not a big deal. So anyway, assuming you already have one pen black star that you're already using, okay? Now you get the other one. Let's take this one as 100 billion, because it's probably going to go up, and I don't know, let's just take 100 billion because that's an easy number. And then Gem of Twilight, 20,000 Capra stones is like 60 billion silver, assuming you're buying it at max price, that is. So essentially you're paying like 160 billion to get your Sovereign Offhand. And that's kind of a lot. I think it is going to be expensive, like very expensive, just because it's taking the Nuver and Kudum stats and putting them together. So like that's actually a lot of AP if you think about it. With that said, what is the difference between, like, if you have a Kudum and then a Nuver, like combined at Capris 20? So that's about 40-ish thousand Cron stones, about like 20 something thousand like per offhand, so like per Kudum, and then for a Nuver, so like 40,000 combined. That's probably like 120-ish, maybe 120 to 130 billion silver. So believe it or not, assuming you already have it, let's look at the price of how much a Kudum and Nuver actually are. It's going up. Are these worth buying? I think right now you should probably already have it. If you're like an endgame player thinking about going into Sovereign, you should probably already have both of them. And all you have to do is get to Capris, which is the expensive part. However, here's what I would do. You know, from all those seasons that you've probably played and you have like a Tet Kudum lying around or a Tet Nuver, I would just start rouletting those, just because like even if you get a pen, you're not really getting it to use it. So like if it fails, no big deal. So I would try to build fail stacks and try to build like, you know, 250, 300 stack off of these. And then, you know, if it goes before that, great, you got your thing. And if it doesn't go, well, you got well, you got a fail stack for enhancing that Sovereign when you do get it. So that's what I would do personally. If you're using all your season boxes and then you have a bunch of Tets to just start slamming for no reason, that's what I would do. But yeah, I assume this is probably going to go up, I would say maybe 15, 20 billion if they're trying to keep the price aligned with 2 pen black stars. You know how we said that was like 100 and then plus another 60. So that's probably going to even out. So these are going to be like 15, 20 billion-ish each. And then the Kudum is... low key, if you're going to get a Kudum, you might want to do this now. Like, before this thing goes up to like 20 billion. So if you put an order on and you don't already have one, you should probably do that. Let me make sure. I think I have one. Okay, good. We just randomly slammed a pen Kudum like months ago. So we have our Nuver and Kudum. Now we just have to buy the Capris. So yeah. 2 of them, assuming you're starting with nothing, assuming you don't have your 1 pen black star ready, let's say about like 260 billion to go to the 2 pen black star plus gem route. If you're going 1 pen black star plus the other ones, that's probably another 120 plus 220, and then 220 billion plus the pen Kudum, so whatever that costs. It's probably a little bit cheaper unless you're making it all yourself. Then maybe like that fail stack cost might be a little bit different. But as of right now, at least on the NA server, the 1C20 pen Nuver and Kudum is very slightly cheaper. I guess depending on how much you pay. But there's the third option of 1 pen black star, the Gem of Twilight, and the Gem of Primordial. So the Gem of Primordial is going to be the thing where, you know how like you grind for like pieces and then you get 1,000 of them and then that's how you do it. It's not out in the game yet. I assume it's coming out in the near future whenever like August comes out and that happens. So that's going to be the long grind if you don't want to save up the silver. I think this is going to be the slowest route of, you know, progression, to the point where you might as well just grind like a high-end silver spot and then start ordering Capris and stuff right now. So 1 pen black star plus Gem of Primordial, 100, and then 100 and, you know, another 60, so 160. Cheapest route is Gem of Primordial, but it's the longest one. Would I recommend it? Probably not. I'd recommend just grinding and then doing one of the other 2, depending on where you're at. If you already have 2 pen black stars, start ordering Capris and you're good to go. And the other information we have is, you know how does it glow on like from pen and then Oct? It's probably going to be another one, a different glow as well with these. So I think that's cool. And then of course it's not going to be listable on the market. Karazad, Sovereign, you know, all the end games, you can't sell it anyway. So, you know, nothing really surprising there. But mostly I just wanted to talk about this a little bit, give you my opinions, how to get it. And yeah, it's coming out in August, so you guys have a month to prepare. Yeah, I think realistically, the least painful route is probably going to be the C20 pen Kudum and Nuver, assuming you already have one. And then, like, here's the thing. You know how they're giving people the free Garmoth's Heart next week, right? The one that's not sellable. If you already have like 2 Garmoth's Hearts on your Black Star and your like Nuver or Kudum, like you have 2 of them, you could sell one. That's 20 billion minus tax, so that should help a little bit. And if you do any life skilling or grinding certain spots that give Capris a lot, that helps a little bit as well. So yeah, that's about it. We talked about all the prices, what I think is the best of the 3 options we have, and hopefully for all of you guys, you might want to start saving your Capris, because at least here on NA, they're essentially max price and you need 40,000 or at least 20,000 minimum. So that's kind of expensive. Yeah, that spike does not look great. But anyway, good luck to all of you. Hopefully you get it. And even if you don't get it on day 1, is it a big deal? Realistically, no. Like if you're what, 340-ish AP right now, you could, for the most part, grind every spot except Elvia or Ezekia pretty comfortably. And so this is just one of those like really end game things, to the point where it's like this is your next upgrade. But ultimately, if you're not at that stage of the game, it's not a big deal. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys learned something. And once again, I'll leave a link in the description to my Heidel Ball recap, so in case you missed it or you're just out of the loop, I talked about like a TLDR and what I think are the important things to note. So I'll leave a link in the description to that if you care about watching it, and I will see you guys later. Peace.